Welcome back to Next Shift with Rick Wagan. Suzuki does not suck. This is the post-game show after the Montreal Canadiens beat the Washington Capitals 3-2 in overtime to make their record 9-2 in their last 11 games. Another great outing by the Montreal Canadiens, this time backstopped by Jacob Dobes, who played his third game of his career and gone on to win his third in a row. Gave up 2 goals, however, played some solid hockey, kept the team in the game, and the Montreal Canadiens pull out the victory in overtime. Nick, he who does not suck, Suzuki, scored the game winner in overtime on a 2-on-1 where he tried to pass the puck over to Caufield. It was returned back to him. He kind of got his own rebound on the pass and finished the game off. That was after Lane Hutson created a breakup of a 2-on-1 on the other side of the puck by blocking a pass with his skate, I believe, and it turned over the puck over to Suzuki and Caufield for the breakaway. The Washington Capitals took a 1-0 lead on a power play. Montreal got 2 penalties early on in the game. The score was 1-0 for a while. In the second period, the Montreal Canadiens came out firing. The Canadiens outshot the Washington Capitals 13-4. They scored 2 goals, a beautiful goal by Cole Caufield, where both Nick Suzuki and Caden Gooley fought a battle on the wall, got the puck back to Slafkovsky, who was covering on the point for Gooley. Slafkovsky found Caufield wide open in front of the net, and Caufield made no mistake roofing it over the shoulder of Logan Thompson. Lindgren actually started the game, but got hurt when Suzuki was pushed into him, and it looked like he had an upper body injury, potentially concussion protocol. Could have been an upper body injury as well. The second goal was scored by none other than Josh Anderson on the penalty kill. Josh Anderson was able to intercept or turn over a puck on the blue line on the power play and turn it into a breakaway. Using his speed from the right side, he came across and backhanded it over the shoulder of Logan Thompson to take a 2-1 lead. The Canadiens held on for the rest of the second period and did a great job of taking the play to the Washington Capitals. Like I said, 13-4. In the third period, the Montreal Canadiens, on what appeared to be an icing, unfortunately the puck got turned over when Jack-Eye was kind of pressured behind the net, and none other than Lars Eller was left alone on the top dot on the right side. He fired it inside the glove hand of Dobes, kind of handcuffed him under his armpit to make it 2-2. Lars Eller has been a thorn in the side of the Montreal Canadiens. He started the season in Pittsburgh, got a couple of goals with the Pittsburgh Penguins against Montreal, and now he scored another goal to make it 2-2. For the remainder of this third period, it was a little bit back and forth. The Montreal Canadiens did do a good job of fighting back right after that goal, but I would say from the 10-minute mark down to pretty much the remainder of the game, the play was mostly in the Montreal Canadiens zone. However, the Canadiens were able to hold off Washington, and Washington ended up only with 17 shots on net for the whole game. The Montreal Canadiens did get their 30th shot of the game on that overtime marker by Nick Suzuki, who goes back-to-back games of winning games in overtime. I believe that's his 4th overtime goal win of the season. So great for him, great for Suzuki. Another nice night by Caufield. He got a goal and an assist. And Hutson's on the board again with another assist. Obviously, Slafkovsky, Anderson, and Gooley were on the board as well. All I can say about this game is the Canadiens played the top team in the East. They took it to them. They outshot them 30-17. They had the lead 2-1, and they finished the lead 3-2. Their goaltending was solid. Their defense is playing some great hockey. Their forwards were solid. I'm looking at the time of ice, and it looks like Pizzetta only got 3 minutes and 5 seconds. He did get a penalty, and I think that, on top of the fact that he was on the ice for the goal against as well, the second goal scored by Lars Eller, and I think he was kind of benched for the remainder of the game after that. Other than that, the Montreal Canadiens played a solid game. If you go through the lineup, Josh Anderson, Yoel Armia, Cole Caufield, Kirby Dach, Christian Dvorak, Jake Evans, Brendan Gallagher, Emil Heineman, Alex Newhook, Juraj Slafkovsky, Nick Suzuki. That's just the forward lines. Then you have Carrier played an outstanding game. Gooley, he stepped it up, and we'll talk about that in a second. Lane Hutson, unbelievable. Just did some incredible things on both sides of the puck and got an assist. Matheson played a good game for him. Jaden Struble didn't play a lot. I'm looking, he only played 5 minutes. They were playing 5 defensemen, 5 minutes and 9 seconds. They're playing 5 defensemen most of the time. Arbor Jackeye was on for 15 minutes. The rest of the defensemen were all over 20. And I'm looking, Matheson had 27 minutes. Hutson and Gooley had a little over 23 minutes. So all in all, it was a great hockey game. Like I said, Jacob Dobes is looking solid. I've said it before, his only weakness that I've seen before is in his glove hand. The 2 goals were on his glove side, but I would not call them weak goals. So we'll keep an eye on that. I anticipate he will play one of the 2 games next week. There's a game tomorrow night in Montreal against the Dallas Stars. Most likely Montembeault will start that game. If the Montreal Canadiens beat the Dallas Stars, I anticipate that Jacob Dobes will probably play on Tuesday against the Utah Hockey Club. And the reason I say that is then Montembeault will play against Dallas in Dallas on Thursday. If Dallas beats Montreal, they might want to flop that and see if Jacob Dobes will have a chance to play against Dallas on Thursday and have Montembeault play Tuesday. There are back-to-back games on the following Saturday and Sunday, both at home, one against Toronto and one against the Rangers. We'll see by the time we get there who's going to play. I think the biggest question mark we have is Patrick Laine going to be back before tomorrow night's game. If you remember yesterday, Stephen Cohen, my co-host, predicted a loss without Laine and a win with him. I'm predicting a win either way, so I guess my prediction's boring, but I do predict a close game. The Canadiens are coming off of a back-to-back game, back-to-back night, but they have been very solid on back-to-back games this year, so we'll see how that turns out. Let's run through the players that matter. And I think the players that matter are getting more and more. So you have Caufield, just playing tremendous hockey. He got a goal and an assist. He's at 23 goals and 17 assists, 40 points in 41 games, almost a point per game player. And then you have Nick Suzuki, who got another goal and is over a point a game. He's at 42 points in 41 games. And then you have Juraj Slafkovsky, who played one of his best games of his season. Just solid forechecking, solid passing. He carried the puck in the neutral zone. Just good hockey. Kirby Dach was a little less visible tonight, but he played a good game. He didn't have any mistakes. He played more solid defensively, although he was on for that Lars Eller goal. So I think he turned out to be -1 again. And Yoel Armia played well. I guess he's somebody that we might need to look at as somebody that they may re-sign. Newhook had his legs, but came out with zeros and a -1. On defense, the biggest thing I have to say is Lane Hutson is becoming him. He is a superstar, and he will be a superstar for many years to come. And then the other player is Caden Gooley. Caden Gooley has found his partner in Alex Carrier, and playing on the left side with him, he just looks like a different player. He's solid. He's hitting people. He's skating all over the ice. He's stopping everyone that can get near him. Caden Gooley was +1 tonight with a nice assist on that play where he passed it back to Slafkovsky, who finished it off to Caufield and the goal. Again, a great night for everybody, and Jackeye's playing some solid hockey. He did kind of get beat on that one goal, but again, I like the way he played. Jaden Struble was kind of quiet. I guess he had a couple of hits, gotten a penalty, and wasn't played a lot. And our boy Mike Matheson, just he's doing his thing. He's playing. He's using his skills. He didn't make too many mistakes tonight, so kudos to Mike Matheson for that. Like I said, the Montreal Canadiens are 9-2 in their last 11 games. They are knocking on the door for a playoff spot, and the Montreal Canadiens are a couple points away. So they are currently 2 points behind Boston, but Montreal has 3 games in hand on Boston. So if they win one of those 3 games, they're tied with Boston. If they win 2, they're obviously ahead of them. Columbus is 1 point ahead of Montreal, but Montreal has a game in hand on Columbus. Pittsburgh is 1 point ahead of Montreal, but Montreal has 2 games on top of them. There's only Ottawa, I guess, who's 40 games, 1 game less, and at 41 points, so 2 points behind. The East, and specifically the wild card, is up for grabs. Now, if the Montreal Canadiens can play the way they have in the last month, I'm not saying they're going to be 9-2 for the next 11 games, but if they can play the way they are, they're going to start leapfrogging these teams. The reason I say that is they didn't do very well for a long period of time. They're playing some good hockey now. They've caught the pack, and they're moving forward. So again, I'm not suggesting that the Montreal Canadiens are a lock for the playoffs, but if they play the way they are and they have a lot of confidence, they're missing Laine, they're missing Savard. Now they have 2 goalies going. I'm impressed, and the players, the young players. I mean, Suzuki and Caufield are almost not looking young anymore. They look like they're hitting their prime, and that's awesome for doing it at the age they're at, and Gouli as well. I mean, these kids have been on the team for 3 or 4 years, and it's showing that even though they're 22 years old, 23 years old, 24 years old. I guess Suzuki's a little older than that, but it's some great hockey. Evans, Heineman, Armia, what a line. Gallagher's working his butt off. Anderson has found a new life this year. Dvorak's playing some solid hockey, not putting the puck in the net, but solid hockey. And if that second line continues to click and get Laine back, the Montreal Canadiens are in it to win it. So very exciting. He who does not suck, Nick Suzuki, gets the winning goal. He's definitely a number 1 center. He's, I think, 10th or 11th in goal scoring or point scoring as a centerman in the NHL. He's also one of the best 200-foot centermen in the league. Kudos to our captain, Nick Suzuki. Kudos to Cole Caufield. He's just playing a very mature hockey game. So looking forward to the next game. It was a great night, Friday night in Washington. The Montreal Canadiens win 3-2. Looking forward to Saturday. Montembeault will most likely play in nets. We'll see if Laine plays or Savard or both. And looking forward to the win. Talk to you guys soon. That's it for Next Shift. Suzuki does not suck.